The WBC have finally made a ruling on Alexander Povetkin and his failed drug test for meldonium, and it's a very interesting ruling. I think many, if not most of you, will agree. Povetkin has basically been cleared to fight. There is a very lengthy article, which I'll leave a link to in the description below. I encourage all of you to read this article because it is a statement from the WBC and the drug testing organizations and what have you. And they go through a timeline, step by step, all the protocol they've enacted and been through. And they let you know their findings every step of the way. And basically at the end of it all, step number 11, they said, based on the scientific and medical information the WBC received during its investigation and inquiry processes and on the WADA notices, it is not possible to ascertain that Mr. Povetkin ingested meldonium after January 1st, 2016. It goes on to say, as the clean boxing program's results manager, the WBC has complete discretion as to whether to impose any penalty to Mr. Povetkin. Now, again, I encourage you all to read this article. It's very lengthy and it's not all 100% clear. But from what I can discern from this, basically, they can't find out. They don't know. They don't know enough about meldonium to be able to know whether Povetkin took this after January 1st. That seems to be the long and the short of it. They just don't know enough about the substance and, you know, the secretion of the substance and how long it can secrete for, how many months, etc. And based on that, they don't know if he took it after January. But they're giving him the benefit of the doubt. That's basically what it is. And what it also says in the article is if they find out some information in future about meldonium, which would prove Povetkin guilty, then they may take action in the future. This is what it says here in this article. But for now, they're allowing him to fight. Now, here's where it gets very interesting. We know Deontay Wilder is out with an injury, a hand injury. He's going to be out to at least January 2017. The WBC have now mandated that Povetkin fight Berman Stavern for the interim WBC title. Very, very interesting. To me, this seems as though, again, this is just my interpretation of it. It seems as though they're trying to punish Povetkin without blatantly punishing him. It seems as though they suspect that there's something up, but they can't 100% prove it. So they're putting this little obstacle in his way of this Stavern fight to make him fight for the right to fight Wilder again. That's my interpretation. Maybe you've got a different interpretation, but that's how it seems to me. Why would they basically make him fight another eliminator? I know it's for the interim title and that's a little bit different than an eliminator, but still. Why does he have to go through Stavern to get Wilder? To me, it seems as though the WBC are trying to, you know, make him earn his shot again because they're not sure about this whole meldonium thing, whether he doped or whether he didn't. Some people have talked about microdosing, which is something I didn't really know about, but this is, you know, one thing which people say could be a possibility of what Povetkin was doing. Now, I've got no knowledge of that. I don't know whether he was microdosing or not. The results of this WBC, WADA, VADA investigation seem to be inconclusive as far as I can see. So I'm not, you know, claiming that he was microdosing, but this is something that's out there that people are talking about. Perhaps the WBC believe he was. Perhaps the Wilder team managed to convince the WBC and Wilder that he was. And that's why they've put Povetkin with this hurdle in front of him in Berman Stavern. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to do a separate video about Povetkin versus Berman Stavern because it's an interesting fight, actually. And it's I think that's a pretty damn good fight, to be honest. So I'm going to do a separate video about that. Let me know what you think. Have a read of this lengthy article and tell me what you can discern from it, because that's my best interpretation of it. It's all written in quite stiff jargon at times. But basically, the gist of it seems to be they don't know whether, they can't ascertain whether Povetkin took meldonium after January 1st or not. They just don't know enough about meldonium yet, and their investigations into meldonium will continue. So we'll just see. Drop your comments in the comment section below, people. It's your boy Hatman. I'm out.